Tigers getting ready to take the field. And we'll see who's back deep. Once again, Will Joyner, our man, number 31, right out in the middle of the 40-yard line to bring things home or kick things away. Returning, it appears we'll have Mac Mullis way back deep, some up men, John Paul Allen, and a couple of others for the Commerce Tigers. Joshua Bowles is also back deep for them. Kick is away. It's a little line drive, and it's going to go up right about the 20-yard line. Touchback, picked back up by Bowles. He'll return it, bring it back over to the 40. Going to cross mid-pitch, get to the 50, knocked into Murphy territory as he picked it up and returned it. Jake around 32 yards and gets into short field position. So when the Tigers take the field, it's going to be set up at the 47. So 47 yards of real estate in between the Tigers and touchdown town.
Yeah, it's exactly how you wanted to kick off tonight's game. If you're the Commerce Tigers, just carrying over that momentum from the game you mentioned that they won last week against the South Carolina team that hadn't lost a game in 2 years. A lot of momentum carrying over, and the Bulldogs are going to have to stand tall here in their first defensive drive of the game.
John Paul Allen is under center. He's got his men right behind him. Trips and falls down at the 5-yard line. Flag goes flying down to the middle of the pile, but John Paul Allen will lose a couple of yards if this stands up, depending on what the penalty. I didn't catch right what was right into the play.
It might have been a false start. Had to have been.
That one didn't. So this is a legal block against the Tigers. Had some good yards moving forward, but they'll back Tigers up a few yards to the 50.
Brandon, you forgot about one viewer we've got tonight. He's not, didn't find himself over in Gilmer to watch the Bobcats and the Rebels, but Brian Pritchard is tuning in, watching.
Oh, yeah? 2nd and 13 from the 50-yard line. Allen goes under center. Murphy Bulldogs, a lot of men close to the box, launches a hot pass to the left side. Bulldogs going to be in their back, but he breaks a couple of tackles, still moving, juking, and hard to get him as they're not exactly right on the man, but they are trying to grab him by the waist, trying to grab him by the jersey and speed. He cuts, actually stands still for a few moments and makes up some lost yardage, gets it to the Murphy 39.
Yeah, that play that should have gone for a loss. Honestly, right out of the backfield.
Back into Commerce's backfield and took them back into their own side of the field, back to about the 47, but they were able to muster some effort. Officials want to shoot the breeze for a second. Is this an official timeout? Tigers are coming off the field. Clock stopped at 10:48. Almost get the feeling like this is going to be a game of mind games.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the stoppage was there.
No one signaled timeout. Wide out one side is Cohen Thomason and Malachi Shockey going out instead of lining up in the slot. I formation in the backfield with Wiggins and Daniels getting around to the right side. It looks like we're going to see this one ran back around to the right side with Joshua Bowles, who is not necessarily the starter that we had projected, but will get first down. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. This one lines up around the 33. Good motion for the Tigers. Wesley Ozer out to the left side with Jaden Daniels. They've got Daniels actually running into the wide receiver position. And in the backfield, Joshua Bowles, some more positive yardage as they get over to the far side, to the home side of the field. So that's why we didn't necessarily see Jaden Daniels, and I'm wondering if they're going to try to run to open up a little bit of passage.
No, I talked to the Potluck football guys that cover Commerce Tigers full time. Just a little podcast and Twitter page that they run. They said if Commerce throws it 5 times tonight, then it might be a record.
Might snow here in Commerce.
Yeah.
2nd and 7 from the 25, it looks like. Pitch out. Going back out over the right side, trying to pick this one up, and the Murphy Bulldogs will try to bring him down with Dominic Rumler, Will Johnson, and a couple of others trying to go out and make the coverage on that end, along with big man Ricky Queen, as everybody moving and watching that one dump out to the right. But they get 4 yards off this play. 3rd down and 3 to go. Ball comes to rest now at the 25.
Big 3rd down for the Bulldog defense here. I think Commerce has gained yardage on every play so far. Daniels comes out wide.
Power eye and dropping back. They'll hand this one just straight up the gut as they, once again, throwing in some different players that we projected. Tayshawn Wiggins, under a little bit different number than what we normally see. 44. Gets the 1st down, so they convert now a couple of times on 3rd down. Will Johnson. Willard will come in, take out Ricky Queen. And also chasing out Jeremiah Dickey. Daniels and Uzzer. Wide out to the left side on your lower part of your screen. Handoff just going right up the gut as they dive through this one and knock through the Murphy Bulldogs.
Pick up about 6 or 7 on that one.
Once again, Joshua Bowles, as we have him on the roster. 2nd and 3 as they're inside the red zone. Ball is down at the 13-yard line.
One thing to note about the Commerce running backs, they're coming out of the backfield hot. Like
yes.
Shot out of a gun.
Well, we knew they had speed. They've got some reasonable size. This one coming back up and right through the middle. Murphy Bulldogs not letting too much as they going to force now a 3rd down.
Ty Laney jacked up to come up and make that tackle.
But Ty Laney doing, that was good positioning. Hit him right in the belly button.
Another 3rd and short.
Conversion for the Tigers, if they can get this one, be 3 of 3, and they'll also quite possibly get into a 1st and goal situation as, once again, the ball is now at the 12. 1st down marker is at the 11. Allen under center, drops back and going to hand this one off round to the right side and going to take his man out.
Good
Joshua
play.
Bowles, but
that's going to bring up 4th.
Is it going to be 4th? They're short?
Yeah, good play. I think they might have actually lost yardage.
Ty Laney is the man doing the work once again. Willard sprints out. No gain on this play, so it's 4th and 1. All right, everybody better bring the house on defense this time. Braden Killian comes out. We'll update you on who's on the line.
This one's going to go right up the gut.
You know it is. And I bet you they come right from the back with Bowles. Nope, they're going to get Tyshawn.
Good job. Good job.
Yes, it looks like it. Murphy Bulldogs are indicating there on the front line, and you can see coming up, fist pumping in the air, Jeremiah Dickey saying, yeah, we stopped him, and now switch the guard as they march down. Jake, they started right around the 48, 47-yard line of Murphy. And they were moving pretty well. As you said, hot with speed.
They were. One thing to point out, though, I think about the Bulldogs so far in this one, there's energy on the sidelines. Last Friday night, we had the rain delay, kind of got late start getting out there. There's no energy, no hype man on the sidelines.
The spirit is back, in other words. Yeah. Here's Cole Laney under center. Going to drop back in this one. Hands off, looks like to Ty, try to catch the number. And I believe, yeah, this one's going to pick up quite a few yards as the first down marker was at the 12. It's going to be the 22 is where the original line of scrimmage for Murphy at the 12. First down marker is going to be at the 22, and they pick up about 5 yards off Laney's carry.
That's the way they're going to have to do it. Just grind it out.
Right here, the tempo is so important for them to come out. Rumler is going to come out wide over to the right side with Cameron Grooms outside. No one wide to the left side. Will Johnson and Hunter Stalkup in the left side slot. Stalkup goes in motion, dropping back, and we're going to see now what problem we saw last week, some illegal motion or illegal shift for the Bulldogs procedure. That's going to back us up 5 yards back to the original line of scrimmage at the 12. So call it 2nd and 10. We'll repeat the first down or repeat that down. One thing, Jake, that the Tigers did do, they melted a heck of a lot of clock. Almost 6.5 minutes. Dogs have it. Dozier Mashburn is just inside on the right side. We'll see Hunter Stalkup and also Will Johnson on the right side. Cole Laney under center going in motion as we see this one drop out just through the middle up the gut. Try to catch a number here is one thing. If I do come into a little bit of money is that I'm going to darken up some of the numbers on these jerseys. That's John Ledford, who came running through the line.
Yeah, the yellow with the little fine black outline is a little rough to see, especially in this Commerce sun up here.
I think Jimmy Buffett would call that pencil-thin mustache around the line or the numbers. 4:05 remains in the first quarter of play. Bulldogs with it, 3rd and 6. Laney from shotgun looking for pass, launches it out, connects with his man, turns it up the field, and was that Hunter Stalkup?
It was Hunter Stalkup coming out of the backfield, ran a nice route into the flat, and we've got a 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
Yeah, you're going to have to work on that. Get a little more gravelly voice.
I think that comes with age.
Well, I don't know.
Rough living.
If that was the case, J.R. Carroll would have been like 70 years old when he was 18.
Well, I said and rough living.
Well, okay. Wide out to the right is going to be Cameron Grooms. We have twins over the left, Rumler, and we'll catch up the other wide out man. Shotgun pitch out to Ty, gets it over to the 30. He's going to break for it, pick up almost the first down. He gets 8 yards out of this one, Children. And big man from the back for the Tigers having to bring him down. Logan Sherman, who ran him out of bounds. Almost ran over Eric Laney and Eric Brinke. 3:09 left to go in the first quarter. No score here in Commerce, Georgia. Sunshine's finally going down, and everybody can put their hands down from in front of their forehead to watch this game. Grooms goes wide to the left. Rumler's inside. Hunter Stalkup and Will Johnson at the bottom part of your screen on the right side slot. Coles in shotgun with his brother Ty next to him. Handoff. Hunter gets on his horse, gets the first down, crosses over, and is still rolling as we get past the 50 and get into Tiger Town. Over to the 49-yard line. It looks like where they're going to play, right on the 50 is where they say.
So only 4 carries for Hunter Stalkup last week against Franklin Panthers. I think that's probably going to change here against the Commerce Tigers, as his usage has definitely got an uptick.
Well, the way he's working this evening, he's going to get my vote for right now if things keep going this way, player of the week. But let's see. Stalkup goes in motion. Hunter, or rather Cole in the back, drop back for a loss, and that's going to be big here. Colson Smith broke through the line. He's a 5'9", 180-pound senior who broke through.
Lost about 7 yards.
Hurt us on this one. 8 yards as they drop us back to the Murphy 42. First down markers, or the original line of scrimmage is at the 50. First down markers at the Commerce 40. So 2nd and 18 is the count with 1:45 left to go in this first quarter play. No score. Murphy with the ball. Murphy electing to throw a few more times. Got Cole under center. He'll roll out, show some play action up the middle, sees Will Johnson. He's going to have to take it himself, sees wide open hole, launches it way down, and in there, interception. And they're going to say, yeah, this is caught. Interception coming out. Tyson Pinson for the Tigers. They were looking for Hunter Stalkup right there where it was going.
That's just one of those things that's going to come with snaps for Cole Laney. You know, his first season starting as quarterback. He had a little bit of green in front of him. He probably should have tucked that one, tried to pick up a couple yards, get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Because he could have would have had a third down and short. Bulldogs wanted and everybody's wanted to take a break. So with a minute 28 left to go in the first quarter, Tigers take over, and they'll come back in just a few seconds.
B&M Metals has been serving the Southeast for almost 50 years. From metal roofs and panels to gutters and metal accessories, B&M Metals is your one-stop shop for all things metal. They pride themselves on providing great service and quality at a competitive price. Give B&M Metals a call at 706-864-6068 or visit them at 6195 Highway 52 East in Murrayville or at bmmetalroofing.com. B&M Metals, protecting everything that matters to you most.
Taking a road trip is about having fun. Installing only the finest CarQuest parts from Murphy Auto Parts keeps you in the fun zone. Come by and visit our new location at 420 Peachtree Street in Murphy, where we're more than just a parts store. Trust your road trip to CarQuest Auto Parts from Murphy Auto Parts.
Tigers will take over, and this one's going to be down over around the 16-yard line. First down marker is at the 26. John Paul Allen under center, and will hand this one off. Loose football. Murphy scrambling for it. And
I think they fell on it.
Murphy is going to get it. Murphy is going to jump on it right around the 23. Let's see if
Nope, Commerce fell on it. Number 21 for the Tigers fell on it.
That
ball was
like
on
ours.
The ground for a long time.
That looked like ours. Ball will be recovered and will come out over to the 23-yard line. That will bring up a second and roughly 3.
I know there's a big glare on the screen and the camera here. That'll go away as the sun goes down, but nothing we can do about it here. Mother Nature's
causing our problems here, but very shortly we'll have
crystal clear broadcast.
Back under center, John Paul Allen, and we'll see some people go in motion. Malachi Shockey goes over, and instead this one is handed off over the right side. Jaden Daniels takes it and will get the first down as he gets up, but not too far. It's up past the 30-yard line. 30 seconds left to go in this one, Jake, and the tempo you have to be kind of pleased with, but a few little mistakes, and the Tigers in their first possession could not convert to take it on in to first and goal situation. Murphy Bulldogs defense did a pretty good job there.
Yeah, now after a turnover by your offense, how much grit do you have to go back out there and say, I'm going to give this ball back to my offense?
Better dig deep because we need it right here to stop him, drop him back, and just right up the middle coming through, and I could see just right away Ricky Queen, I believe, was the man who stopped the hole on that one because they're running just off the A gap. Time's out for the first quarter play. No score. The Commerce Tigers have the ball. We'll switch ends of the field. We'll take a quick break and pay some bills. Come back in just a few seconds. Once again, Murphy Bulldog 0, Commerce Tigers 0. From Commerce, Georgia, this is Murphy Bulldog football on Team FYN Sports.
At Circuit World, we offer a wide selection of major appliances, name brands like Whirlpool, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Looking for furniture? Come by and browse our showroom or check out the Endless Aisle, a touchscreen kiosk with thousands of options. Need electronics, gaming computers, laptops, desktops, tablets? We have it all. OLED or QLED, 4K or high def. We have the selection to get you the TV of your dreams. And don't forget, at Circuit World, your credit is always good. So ask about our convenient payment options and 120 days, same as cash. Come see us today at one of our 5 area locations.
Are you looking for expertly decorated gifts you'll love with your custom design or logo? Graphic Expressions in Blue Ridge is your go-to place for custom apparel, accessories, gifts, and much more. Graphic Expressions is located at 3640 East 1st Street in Blue Ridge, or give them a call at 706-946-4605. Graphic Expressions, unrivaled customer service, pure brand awesomeness.
Quick score update from up under the Oaks, Big Oaks in Robbinsville. The Knights have the lead 12-7 with 2:11 left to go in the first over the Brevard Blue Devils. That one being competitive up there under the Big Oaks. Commerce under center, John Paul Allen seeing some motion with Malachi Shockey going to send it.
Keeping it.
Oh, he's going to keep it himself, call his own number. That was that option.
Great tackle.
Going in and picking him up. Good job by the Murphy Bulldogs, Jonah Hedden, getting to his man.
Another guy didn't see a lot of snaps last week, but is getting some PT this week, and he made the most of it right there. Great open field tackle. I think the Commerce quarterback had everybody fooled except for Hedden.
Across the front line is going to be Braden Killian. We'll also see Ricky Queen into the mix. We will see we'll catch up on some other numbers. 72 is Jeremiah Dickey. And out onto the other side is going to be Spencer Harrigens. Ty Laney, John Ledford's at linebacker. Into the backfield, bobbling the football, almost losing this one.
Great play.
Carrying it around like a loaf of bread, and the men got into the back. Ricky Queen, also Killian got back there. And we'll also see Cadence Leatherwood, the other linebacker, coming up to do the play. So let me tell you also, into the deep defensive secondary, you'll see Squid, we call him Wyatt Simmons, on his birth certificate. Then coming also into this, Jonah Hedden from secondary, playing up a little bit more because they're going to spread us out.
Murphy's sending the kitchen sink on fourth down punt.
Well, there's only 3 men on the offensive line, and looks like they're going to flood the lanes. We know this one. Watch this one, almost be a quarterback keeper. No, they're going to punt. I'm sorry. This punt situation, I need to keep up with the downs.
Roll.
Uh-oh, no. This one's going to go back over to the 6-yard line.
Great punt.
6-yard line, and I was sitting here looking for a play. It's like, whoa. Yeah, my bad. My bust on that one.
A little behind. Your spatial reasoning is still in North Carolina.
Right. No score. 10 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in this first quarter play.
Yeah, I was talking to Joe Thorley earlier on the Bulldogs radio broadcast about how weird the Commerce punt formation is, and they do that every single time, Brandon, where they bring out just 3 down linemen, and then they have, I think, 3 out right and 3 out left, just spread out wide. It's an odd formation, but obviously that's why they do it right there.
Murphy Bulldogs with their possession.
Sun's finally going down, folks, so should be smooth sailing from here on out.
I can't see the ball game because my retinas are burnt out. Going in motion, Hunter Stalkett, but just up the middle.
Big hole, good cut.
Go, baby, go. Up to the 30, 31, and it takes the student body to bring him down. And they finally crash him in, give him some forward momentum over to the 34. Do my best here. 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
What a hole
wow.
Created by the offensive line. Last week, obviously, offensive line didn't do the best job of getting that first step, but what a hole they created there. The coaching staff has, at least for this first half, drawn up a perfect game because they've got guys in the right spots, creating huge holes. Ty Laney running it all over the field.
Coles under center, motion with Hunter Stalkett, hand this one off to John Ledford. Big John steps through, gets a couple of yards off this one, gets past the 35. From the 34 to the 36, maybe a pickup of 2, brings up 2nd and 8. 9.5 minutes left to go until halftime.
Back to the line, though. Even on that play, they only picked up a few yards. That wasn't happening last week.
Oh, no. A little bit better job, yes, for the line here.
I love how the coaches have Hamby at center. That's his spot. He was all-conference center last year.
Grooms is wide to the left hand. This one off, reverse counter. This one going up the hole. Hunter Stalkup gets the first down, gets to midfield, and steps out right around the 49. They're going to place it on the 50. So here we are, 50 yards of real estate to go. What a good run from Hunter Stalkup. So a pass reception, good run, good 2 runs so far out of him. Other thing that you have to say, Jake, you were mentioning weather. We're sitting in a bowl and not one bit of wind, not one breeze comes through this joint.
You're right.
Dominic Rumler is at the bottom of your screen. Grooms on the other side, and shotgun is Cole on the left side. Stalkup goes in motion. No fake handoff. Going to hot pass out to the left. Rumler had it right in his hands, and on the coverage coming back into him for the Tigers. I got no number 4. So anyhow, come back, 2nd and 10 from the 50.
That hit off Rumler's hands. We saw Rumler with a drop last week. Said it last week, we'll say it again. It's just going to come with reps, repetitions, and how many balls can hit your hand.
He did so well in 7-on-7s this summer. Grooms and Rumler on the right side of your upper part of your screen. Low snap, but hands it off to Big John. Gets through, gets 6 yards over to the 44. First down marker is at the 40. Brings up 3rd and 4 to go with 8:50 left to go in this second quarter of play.
What do you draw up here, Brandon? 3rd and 4. I think you don't be cute. I think you try to just out-muscle them like you have been on this drive.
Well, you're working well with the run, so I like my chances. Haven't seen Ty. I would wonder if 34 is going to get the call on this one.
See what Jay Watt draws up here for his Bulldogs.
John Ledford on the left side. Right side is Ty Laney. On the left side slots Stalkup. No wide receiver, and a flag comes flying in from the back.
False start.
What is it with this? Is getting him set and
so this changes things, obviously. You go from 3rd and 5 to 3rd and 9. 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 9.
I say try to get it 4th and short if you don't get the first down.
Yeah, just don't shoot yourself in the foot here. You don't have to get it all.
Same kind of setup. We've got John and Laney now into the back. Everybody switches up. Killian, Johnson, and Stalkup. I told you Hunter or Ty Laney. I was getting ready to say Hunter Laney.
Good little piece of running there as they ran to the strong side. Looks like the Bulldogs are bringing out the punt team here, though, and 0-0, 7 minutes to go in the first half. Can't blame them.
Both teams trying to find that combination that gets them up the field. Now, have to say these power runs that Commerce has been throwing at us, definitely doing some damage, really keeping the defense on its toes. Both sides just trying to find somehow to get past the goal line.
Fake punt.
Fake punt.
Fumbled.
And I think John Ledford turning just a little too soon gives Commerce short field position. Ball be placed, let's call it the 47.
Man, I just think from the beginning that had fake written all over it. You could hear Commerce yelling out fake, fake, fake.
On the other hand, look, when we look at these short field positions, this is not the first time. This is like the 3rd time that Commerce has been in short field position. Defense has had to do yeoman's work to keep Commerce out of the end zone. The little mistakes here, I think if we're not careful, we're going to get into some defensive fatigue.
Snowball, yeah.
Yeah. And eventually they will start getting into the end zone.
Need another strong performance here from the Murphy D.
All right, 3 in the backfield, John Paul Allen, and now
timeout, Commerce.
Commerce is going to ask for the timeout. We'll take a break as well. 7:07 left to go in this first half of play. We're in the second quarter. Commerce 0, Murphy 0. We'll be back in just a few moments on Team FYN Sports.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Got a few scoring updates and a few things that are happening in some other games. Let's get this play in. It's 1st and 10 for the Commerce Tigers. Ball is at the Murphy 47. Bulldogs showing a few more men on the line. Allen will launch a pass, this one getting out, and into the hands of the Commerce Tigers down into, but flags are all over the field, and I'm wondering if there's going to be block in the back or a little holding. So 47-yard pass play that gets on out over to Wesley Usher, and it's going to be a Commerce, so costly penalty for the Commerce Tigers, and you can hear the rattles and everything else going at it. Say hello to Peyton McCracken over at the University of North Carolina at Cullowhee and all the Murphy alum that are watching in. Thanks so much. Tonight, Cutler Adams up in Robbinsville, 2 touchdowns. We knew he was going to be the bell cow for this football game. 0-0. Swain County and Smoky Mountain doing this one pretty close at the end of one, and that now at the end of one, Robbinsville Black Knights have the lead 12-7 with the end of the first. So back up the Commerce Tigers. So these penalties and some miscues, turnovers, interceptions.
Both teams.
It is. It's.
I mean, that was a bomb. What did you say that was? A
47-yard.
47-yard touchdown called back, negated by penalty.
So after this one, we will see now 20 yards. 1st and 20, and this one's back as I hand this one off the gut with Daniels. Gets it over to the 45. He'll pick up 2, call it 2nd and 18. And what I like here, Jake, is the front line of the Murphy Bulldogs all over his behind like a pack of bees. By the way, also our buddy Dawson Grizzle said I sounded just like J.R. Carroll. I've got to go for some more training before I get to that level. Wide out left side, Wesley Usher. Going out with him is going to be Daniels. Tayshawn in the backfield. Allen is under center. Looks like a Fleming with 5-man front. Stunning trying to get into the backfield. Man, tell you what, they launched the pass. John Ledford's in his way and bringing him down, at least getting him out. Tough to cover, but they make up tremendous amount of yards on this, at least 12 to 14 yards.
We're about 3rd, and it looks like.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
6. 3rd and 6.
So yeah, so it about 9 yards off this play. 3rd and 6. Tigers are in Murphy territory at the 43.
Got just under 6 to go here in the first half.
A lot of run plays, so it's melting the clock. Left to right across your TV screen, the Tigers of Commerce, Georgia. Daniels and Usher wide out to the right in the bottom of your screen. Rolling out Allen, hot pass over to the right. Through his hands and going to bring up.
That ball, well, it was a backwards pass. That was a fumble.
Yeah, that was a fumble. I was going to say, oh, that's dead. But no, yeah, he went backwards. Ever so slightly. Goes out of bounds. 5 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 4th and 6.
4th and about.
Oh, I'm sorry. No,
9.
4th and 9. I'm sorry. I was checking the scoreboard. So here's the weird formation, and we've got Colson Smith back at the Tiger 45. Back deep to receive is John Ledford for the Murphy Bulldogs. He's going to be down over at the 10.
That's Hunter Stalkup back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
At the 10.
the 8 and the 0.
Yeah.
It's light numbers. So, yeah.
So they're going to fake it.
Getting in. Loose
Not going anywhere.
Murphy Bulldogs will pick. Oh, no, that one's forward
That one was
motion.
forward,
Sorry.
yeah.
You got me on this one again.
Big stop by the Bulldogs defense there. So pretty much nothing hurt when they tried to fake it. I don't know. I think that ball is maybe 1 yard behind where the Bulldogs tried to go for it on fourth.
So takeover on downs at the Murphy 46. 5:51 remains in the second quarter.
Tell you what, a score here going into halftime and getting the ball coming out of the break would be huge for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, whoever scores on anybody at this point, it's going to be a big gash. Officials want to take a timeout, take a break, or should we hold it here? Because I don't know how long the officials are breaking, because they didn't exactly come up and tell us that they're taking TV timeouts for this one. Fans, don't forget that coming up next week, the Murphy Bulldogs are idle. This is game number 2, or week number 2 of a 5-week on-the-road schedule. Next week, break, and then to a long road trip to South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. And then one more going over to Fannin County, Georgia. And Fannin County got a big one this evening. Gilmer.
Yeah, I think they're up early on Gilmer 7-0 after they got upset last week by Thomas Nelson's defense, only allowing 7 points to a Rebels team that had only lost one regular season game in the previous 2 years.
Good set of fans here for the Murphy Bulldogs. I count and estimate roughly 100, maybe a little bit more.
I think a little bit more. They traveled well.
They did travel.
You didn't bring your clicker and count them all as they.
Well, I was kind of estimating how in each section, and so took an average, regressed the data, put it into some other formulas in my statistics mind, and said, yeah, about roughly 100. Stands pretty much full, as you can see across the way. Sun is finally down, and we're ready to go. Murphy Bulldogs 1st and 10 from the Murphy 46.
Good starting field position here. See if Cole Laney and the Bulldog offense can find the end zone on this drive.
Cameron Grooms at the bottom of your screen, wide out left. He'll come back and fake, a handoff this one just up the gut, and John Ledford will make it through past the 50 into Tigertown and gets over to the 48.
The reason I can tell the difference in the 28 and 20 is I just look at that mushroom helmet that John Ledford wears. That's the new, I can't remember what they're called, Vicus or something like that, helmets that are concussion proof.
Grooms to the bottom, and they're expensive too. Cole Laney's under center, drops back, hands it off to Ty. Ty slants and goes over to the right. He's going to get the first down. Still moving. Go, baby. Out over to the 38, maybe the 39, depending on where they place this one. That's good enough to move the chains. Sorry, I've lost all the phlegm. I can't give the 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
See, that's what I was talking about earlier, Brandon. Just on the sidelines, there's a different kind of vibe down there than there was last week. There's electricity. Guys are helping each other up, patting each other on the shoulders, getting in each other's face, yelling. Last week it was kind of a little like a hum-deedle-dee. It took them a game to get out of the off-season.
Hunter and Will on the left side slot. Looks like Rumler is on the far side. He runs out, and up the left side goes Ty Laney. On his
big hole.
Go, baby, go. Down over to the 10, 5. They sling him down. Is he in? Oh, wait a minute.
He dropped the football. Fumbled the ball.
It's going back for the Tigers.
Fumbled the ball on the 3-yard line.
Good gracious. I mean, this is like a Greek tragedy for both teams. I mean, you go in
47-yard bomb called back for Commerce.
Beautiful play. Then you've got some holding. The one thing here is that the Commerce Tigers, not that they can't do it, but you line up in the end zone. And we better be stunning on this one. Bust somebody in the mouth into the backfield. Pick up a safety. That won't be bad. 2 points.
Good hard piece of running by Ty. You just got to hold on to the rock. But I'm sure Coach Watson and the staff would tell you they wouldn't want the ball in anybody else's hands besides 34. That's just going to be a get over it play. Get back out there.
So in my estimation, 6 points given up by both of these teams. One, as you mentioned, we had nice 47-yard pass play into the end zone. Tigers get called back, penalty. We fumble the ball. Mistakes here, interceptions. But otherwise, we're moving the ball well. Starting to get in there. Round to the left,
Long
Daniels
pitch.
gets out of the end zone and wrapped up.
Not before he picked up about 9 yards on that play.
Trying to catch a number to give a little credit. Is that Wyatt Simmons who brought him down? No, it's number 61. Or 81, Will Johnson.
Brings up 2nd and 2. Less than 4 to go here in the first half.
Handoff just going over
Stuffed.
the right. Yeah, and in from behind, Will Johnson is into the back. Now I can tell him now, not a 61, it's an 81, and you got the yellow gloves. It's kind of like the Peyton McCracken golden shoes.
Gold shoes.
That came through. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball is roughly at the 15-yard line. Call it the 14. John Paul Allen is under center. The power eye in the back. Daniels gets a handoff. He's trying to sweep. He's going to juke. He's not wanting to get hit. He's going on up, and he'll pick up maybe 4 to 6 yards on this. Is the angle of the field, because we're not exactly elevated in a press box. We're closer down to field level. Ball comes to rest at the 20. So call it 2nd and roughly 3. Because I think the first down marker is at the 23. 3:09 left to go until halftime. No score between Commerce and Murphy. Commerce with the ball, moving left to right across your screen. Brandon Stevens, Jake West here with you in Commerce, Georgia. Dropping back, fake handoff, calling his own number. John Paul Allen gets the first down, then a few more yards, scrambling to get past the 30-yard line.
Still, though, if you're Murphy, the clock's in your favor. 2:45 left to go here in the first half.
Well, here in the having things in your favor, feeling like we're running through the forest of Hunger Game football here. But nobody's shooting anything down. Here's a lot of mistakes in this game, rolling back out. Daniels has another handoff. He'll go to the left side and pick it up. I think one thing now that maybe they're trying to do, but I don't know necessarily it's their strategy, but get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, weren't so lucky on that one, as we've got about a 2nd and 7.
2 minutes left to go.
Yeah,
Clock is in motion.
Just clicked under 2.
Not the same men in the backfield. We'll update you here in a second, but the handoff going down the field, trying to catch him, and no, going to the house, trying to update this guy. No, going to be stopped down at the very end of the football field before this one gets into the end zone around the 7, but 25, Wesley Escher.
No, for Murphy. 25 on the chase down tackle.
Oh, okay, that's Jonah Hedden. So now here's the question. Can't punch this one in. Defense, can they tee it up and tow it in for 3?
Let's see how much of that the wind got taken out of the dog sails in that long run.
Cohen Thomason wide over to the left side in the upper portion of your screen. I formation and into the backfield. Tayshawn and Daniels. Usher comes over right side, slips, trips up, and gets tattooed a couple of times at the 5-yard line. Timeout is going to be on the field, so we'll take a break as well. 1 minute, 13 seconds. Hold on there. Not calling timeout. Let me hold off on this. Clock is still in motion. Thought they were getting ready. Coaches were coming out on the field.
Coach came out on the field.
little odd, but under a minute left to go. From the 5, it's second and goal from the 5. Bulldog fans doing the rattles, and let's see. A little widespread, and flag is going down. Looks like a false start, and that'll back them up 5. A timeout now is being called with 46 seconds left to go. Bulldogs will come out on the field, but kind of fooled us a little earlier. No score in this game. It's Commerce 0, Murphy Bulldogs 0. Stay with us. You're watching the Murphy Bulldogs and the Commerce Tigers on Team FYN Sports. All right, Murphy Bulldog fans, go where you go and do what you do. We need a little Murphy Bulldog magic here to hold off the Commerce Tigers as they're attempting to strike down second and goal from the 5. Daniels under center. Tayshawn right behind him. Daniels right behind him. Handoff to Tayshawn, gets over to the line and going to be held. Oh, no, he gets in. Tayshawn Williams will drive it in for 5 yards, 6-0. The Murphy Bulldogs now trailing the Commerce Tigers. And Bulldogs tried to fester up and block that one, but just nothing happening. With 40 seconds left to go in this second quarter of play. Tayshawn Williams with a 5-yard run. Now waiting for the point after. Cohen Thomason to hold. Snap, the set, the kick. It's high enough, it's long enough. They say it's good. And it is going to be good for number 9, Ivy Tolbert, the kicker. 40 seconds left to go in the second quarter of play. It's Commerce Tigers 7, Murphy Bulldogs 0. Back in just a few moments on Team FYN Sports. Murphy Bulldogs will drop back deep with Hunter Stalk up on your right flank, Ty Laney on your left. Bulldogs will see again Ivy Tolbert from the 40 to kick this one away.
Weird formation on this kickoff by
It is.
Commerce. Their special teams coordinator must play a lot of Madden, because this is the kind of stuff I do.
Kick is in the air. Getting just underneath it, going to be Dozer Mashburn. He'll return it back up over to about the 32-yard line. 3 or 4 seconds roll off the clock, down to 33 seconds left to go. 7 seconds actually click off the clock. Bulldogs have a chance now here. Do you try to make a play and get back in this one, or just let it roll out and not risk?
I mean, down 7-0 heading into halftime, I think if you asked anybody on this staff or on this team if they would take it, they'd say, yeah, they'd say that's not where we want to be. But major corner has been turned by this Murphy Bulldog team so far in this one.
Cole's going to be in shotgun. Remember, we get the ball in the second half.
Yeah. I think you just be smart with the football right here.
Cole hands it off. Ty turns it around and is brought down for a loss of about 1. And the clock is still rolling at 25 seconds. They'll give him right back forward momentum, so it's still, well, it's 2nd and 11, loss of 1. Ball's at the 32. First down markers over at the 43. 10 seconds on the actual clock. Bulldogs do not have to come back out as they're 20 seconds, and we're going to go to halftime. At the half, the Commerce Tigers lead after a big run play. Takes them down to the other end of the field, and then Tayshawn Williams goes in from 5 yards out. Ivy Colvert puts it up for the point after, and it is Commerce Tigers 7, Murphy Bulldogs 0. Take a break or do a little analysis, Jake?
Just what's what were your takeaways from that first half? Starting with Commerce.
Commerce won, I think, coming out. This was not their tempo. It was a little bit slower. They marched down to the 10-yard line. They were doing pretty good on the conversions, and Murphy's defense doing actually quite well, I think, to stop them, but have things quite coordinated. You know, you look at some of the pass plays. I think my analysis probably for Commerce starting out at the beginning, a lot of mistakes, a lot of mishandling of the ball. You're going to have to just take care of the ball. And that basically take that and duplicate it and copy it over to the Murphy Bulldogs, because too many opportunities for us to go into the end zone. We had Ty taking it right down to the end zone door, a fumble, an interception that cost us greatly. But on the other side, I think also some of the similar mistakes being made by the Commerce Tigers in this one. I think probably the defense, both defenses doing just stellar job here, or at least doing really well, or at least better than last week. And this one, the offense is going to have to, on both sides, going to have to get their acts together. And this is not just a Murphy side, but also the Tigers. Otherwise, I think both teams could probably have a few more touchdowns on the board. This could be a bigger score. But, hey, 7-0. As much energy, though, as you've put into trying to defend off your opponent, the team that goes in with the lead at halftime, they've got the momentum, and you can feel that coaches are going to have to give a good fireside chat here at halftime. But otherwise, not much to tell you. Otherwise, I saw some really good play coming out of Hunter Stalkup tonight.
Yeah, good. I mean, Hunter Stalkup and Ty Laney. I mean, Ty Laney ran the ball very well. I mean, you just got to, like I mentioned earlier, you just got to take that fumble out of the question, because I know if you ask anybody on the sidelines who they want the ball to be in their hands, Ty Laney is going to be one of those guys.
I think also when you look offensive line, giving some good protection to
Yes,
Cole.
Offensive line has been
huge
improvement from
the offensive line. He didn't get the crud
line.
beat out of him tonight in the first half. So let's see. Get in, get hydrated, get a little bit of rest for just the next 18 minutes. Come back and go to work. We do have some work for the Murphy Bulldogs, and one, you got to get down to a point to, and I think one of the bigger questions, if you do score coming out in this next possession in the second half, do you bring out Will Joyner and tie it up, or do you run Ty or John or somebody like that to try to take the lead and go for that 2-point conversion? Those are going to be some critical things to think about too. But otherwise, guys, got to bring back that same energy and keep that tempo high and lift your head back up, get back into the second half.
I agree. Any scores from around, I think 28-0. Andrews, 8 minutes left to go in the first half over East Henderson.
And let's see.
Robbinsville's still pitching a shutout, I think, last I heard, over Brevard.
At the halftime, it's no change. 2 Cutler Adams touchdowns, 12-7 against the Brevard Blue Devils. At this point, that's no change there. And at the end of one, that was the last moment that we heard from Gary the Bear Ayers over in Bryson City, Smoky Mountain Mustangs in Swain County. Grudge match over there of sorts. So they're doing work, but haven't heard anything else yet. But, yeah, got things going here in Commerce, Georgia. So Stay with us. We'll come back in just a few moments. Again, Commerce Tigers 7, Murphy Bulldogs 0. We are at halftime. We'll return shortly to get you ready for the second half.
B&M Metals has been serving the Southeast for almost 50 years. From metal roofs and panels to gutters and metal accessories, B&M Metals is your one-stop shop for all things metal. They pride themselves on providing great service and quality at a competitive price. Give B&M Metals a call at 706-864-6068 or visit them at 6195 Highway 52 East in Murrayville or at bmmetalroofing.com. B&M Metals, protecting everything that matters to you most.
Taking a road trip is about having fun. Installing only the finest CarQuest parts from Murphy Auto Parts keeps you in the fun zone. Come by and visit our new location at 420 Peachtree Street in Murphy, where we're more than just a parts store. Trust your road trip to CarQuest Auto Parts from Murphy Auto Parts.
At Circuit World, we offer a wide selection of major appliances, name brands like Whirlpool, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Looking for furniture? Come by and browse our showroom or check out the endless aisle, a touchscreen kiosk with thousands of options. Need electronics, gaming computers, laptops, desktops, tablets? We have it all. OLED or QLED, 4K or high def. We have the selection to get you the TV of your dreams. And don't forget, at Circuit World, your credit is always good. So ask about our convenient payment options and 120 days same as cash. Come see us today at one of our 5 area locations.
Are you looking for expertly decorated gifts you'll love with your custom design or logo? Graphic Expressions in Blue Ridge is your go-to place for custom apparel, accessories, gifts, and much more. Graphic Expressions is located at 3640 East 1st Street in Blue Ridge, or give them a call at 706-946-4605. Graphic Expressions, unrivaled customer service, pure brand awesomeness.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Murphy Bulldog fans, welcome back to Commerce, Georgia. Brandon Stevens with Team FYN Sports Director Jake West. 7-0, the Commerce Tigers have the lead over the Murphy Bulldogs. Bulldogs coming back over to the sideline. We're about ready to get the second half started up, and Jake just quite simply put, here's a big key factor into getting into the second half. Offense going to have to eliminate the mistakes, take care of the football, and put a little more time in offense on the field. Defense, you could see, was getting just a little bit tired with defense, but that's just one of the big key factors there. Really, I don't think that probably what you were doing in the first half, we had a pretty good game plan. We were in our way, moving the football well, and especially when you compare it to last week, different looking football team and spirit. So hopefully this halftime rejuvenated the Murphy Bulldogs, but if you can do that once again, take care of the football, eliminate the mistakes, and give your defense just a little break, that's going to be one of the big things into the second half. Hey, while I've got just one quick second, while we've been giving a few shouts out tonight, I want to say a big happy birthday to student athletic trainer Callie Fannin tonight. Everybody was giving her presents and patting her on the back. She's down on the fields and doing a great job. But happy birthday to Callie Fannin as we get ready to get things started. Murphy Bulldogs will have the football to start out the second half. Back deep to receive, going to be Ty Laney. On the left side flank, right side flank is going to be Hunter Stalkup. Up men just in front of them, John Ledford on the right side flank.
Before this ball gets in the air, Brandon, just a quick update from the Big Oaks. Robbinsville scoop and score defensive touchdown. They lead 18-7 over Brevard now.
Another Cutler Adams touchdown?
I'm not sure. It was defensive touchdown.
Oh, defensive touchdown.
Scoop and score, yep.
Oh, okay. Ivy Tolbert, the man at the 40-yard line to kick this one away. As we mentioned, Ty and Hunter back deep. John Ledford is out at one side. And in front of, to his other side, is going to be Will Johnson, the up men. Kick just goes worm burn, and the Murphy Bulldogs will land on the football. This one doesn't go into the hands of the Bulldogs. Goes down in between their legs, and they're going to have to pile on top of it. But the Bulldogs will have the football almost on a miscue coming from the initial kickoff here in the second half with 4 seconds clicking off the clock. Bulldogs have it at their own 34.
Yeah, that was, another – been talking about the weird special teams formations that Commerce has been coming out in. They line up with those two kickers. You never know which one's going to kick it, the one that lines up on the left side or the one that lines up on the right side. And that time it was the pooch kick guy who hit that one line drive, worm burner right on the dirt.
Grooms outside, inside Dominic Rumler. Have one wide to the top of your screen. Laney to Laney and trying to get through a little slip, and we'll pick up maybe 1 yard off this with Ty running the football to the 35, bring up 2nd and 9. Again, 7-0, the Murphy Bulldogs trailing Commerce Tigers. And I believe I had another update earlier. It was 0-0 with the Swain County early, but it now tied 7-7. Swain and Smoky Mountain High School playing over in Bryson City. Ties and shotgun, and flag comes flying from the defensive backfield. Illegal procedure against Murphy Bulldogs, so it'll back us up, and it'll be 2nd and 14 when they place the ball.
At this point, it's getting repetitive, the illegal procedures on Murphy. Just shooting themselves in the foot any chance they get. They're playing great football tonight.
Yeah, actually.
Just got to get out of their own way.
2nd and 14. Ball is at the 30-yard line. First down marker is at the Murphy 44. Cole is back in shotgun. Ty is off to his left. Grooms outside, inside is Rumler. Motion, Hunter Stalkup. Dropping back, rolling, and throwing it out. Catches it. It's going to be right back to the line of scrimmage. They make up the penalty yardage, but brings up 3rd and roughly 10 once they place the ball. Ball is back to the 34. This is going to be a big play.
That was Stalk about in the flat again. They like going to him. Him and Will Johnson have proven themselves to be pretty sure-handed, the most sure-handed wide receivers returning for the Bulldogs this year.
A couple of new Bulldogs we'll talk about in just a few seconds.
Big third down. Third down.
Hunter's going to go wide out to the left side. Rumler and Grooms, top of your screen. Shotgun is going to be Cole. Fires it out over to Hunter, turns it up. Going to have to do some scrambling. Gets hit about 60 ways to Sunday, and he's going to fall about 2 or 3 yards shy of the first down marker at the 41. First down marker is over at the 44. Big decision here. Actually, the ball will be placed at the 40. First down markers at the 44. So fourth down and 4. New faces are just waiting to get acclimated. Mason Cook, who's a senior, and Brody Orton, freshman that comes. Be some new players. We'll talk about them in just a few seconds. Instead, we're going to see punt. Back to the 28. Drop ball. This
Still
one's
got it
going to
off.
spiraling, and Ty is going to run after it.
Great punt.
Gives a good Murphy roll. It gets down over to about the 16, maybe the 17-yard line. Ty touches it, and it's dead there. So well more than 80 yards for the Commerce Tigers to return.
Good punt from Hunter. Muffed the snap there, but still was able to get it off. Commerce almost dropped back like they didn't rush after Stalk. If they dropped back like after they saw him fumble it, he might try to fire and.
Right. I thought for a moment. Now he's capable of.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's had some experience at quarterback. 7-0 Commerce. Commerce with the ball. 9:22 remains here in the third. Here in Commerce, Georgia, I formation, and Allen's under center for Commerce. The Tigers, they'll run through with left side sweep. That with Daniels. And picks up roughly about 3 yards. They'll get over to about the 18, 17-yard line. Just a couple of yards picked up, but a lot of running to get to that other side. Bulldogs not doing too bad here on the defense.
Yeah, let's see. They kind of came out flat second half versus Franklin. Let's see if they can keep it up like they were in the first half.
Usher goes wide over to the right side. Squid will come over and check him. That's Wyatt Simmons. Everybody down in 4-point stance. Remember, as they go through, they'll get their man just up at the line, and good job here. Really very little gain, and coming off that one, yeah, getting through the middle of the line, trying to check the number there. What was that?
68 Mason Thrasher.
And there's a Thrasher on that play.
Yeah, he got in there. Murphy's almost jumping the snap. You know, the linebackers are coming in there barreling down hard. It's just can they guess the correct hole? As we got a big 3rd and 7 coming up. Defense can get off the field quickly here.
Put a few more quick men on the line. Ricky Queen, big man, comes off, and instead going through, Tayshawn Wiggins will come through and pick up a few more yards, but it's going to bring up a 4th down. This is big here for the defense.
It's about 3.
Yeah, they'll get over to roughly the 24-yard line. First down marker is at the 26, so 4th and 2 to go. Bulldogs, they're going to punt.
Yeah, maybe. Never know with that formation they bring out there.
They threw a little trickeration on us last time, so. Let's see, Hunter Stalkup is back over at the Murphy 48-yard line to cover this one. In practice and warm-ups, not the best punters, but this one goes high, trajectory, tight spiral. This one's going to go down and give a Tiger roll down over to the rough 22, 21, 22. Murphy Bulldogs back in business with about 78 yards to go.
Pretty great punt there.
7:47 left to go in this third quarter play. See if the Murphy Bulldogs can get on a 7:47 and go to the end zone.
That's what you wanted to see from your defense, though. You
That was good.
come out flat on the offense, and then your defense comes out, and the defense has turned a corner.
But defense is now giving you an opportunity.
Yeah, and you got to keep those guys off the field, as you alluded to earlier. But give those guys a break.
The thing you got to remember too is that a lot of these guys are playing on both sides. So
yeah,
how much rest do you have? Because you got to switch over and go back to offense. Will Johnson and Hunter Stalkup on the left side slots. We'll send Grooms wide out to the right. Under center is Cole Laney with with Ty and John in the backfield. Drops back. John gets the call, goes up, will keep moving, gets over to the 26-yard line. Good little pickup. Bring up 2nd and 7 or 8.
That's what you want. You want to pick up a few yards, make that 2nd and whatever more manageable.
Call it 2nd and 7. 2nd and 6, actually. A little more yardage here. Ball at the 26. Grooms to the left. Will Johnson tied in on the left with Hunter Stalkup right behind him, and John and Ty in the back. Cole drops back, hands it off, and gets it to brother Ty. Is on his horse, going 40, down over to midfield, has one on his back. Good gracious.
He wrapped up that football that time, and he knows it. No one was taking that ball away from him right there.
You can feel chills going across because now the fans here are excited. The guys on the sideline like to see that.
And that's a confidence boost for him himself, for number 34, confidence boost.
But, man, I tell you what, he had a great run, that just a little fumble.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's a confidence boost to get, back in your groove after that fumble earlier.
Grooms short side, just a little more close end of the line. Hunter and Will on the left side. Hunter goes in motion, handoff up the middle. They shirt tackle and bring down John Ledford across the line. Pickup of about 2 yards to the 38.
Really good tackle by the Commerce Tigers right there.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, offensive line for the Bulldogs, creating space and allowing the Bulldogs to kind of hit that second level.
Jeremiah Mintz, one of the linemen in the middle. You'll see him, he's nose guard. To his right is Colton Hill. To his left is Logan Sherman. So more of a 3-man that you see, but in that 4-point stance, they'll come and bust you. Here it is. Cole launches it out to the left, hits Ty, turns it up, goes, baby, go. Down, gets the first down, and Children, we're moving. And I tell you what, Ty Laney's moving it up the field like a rhinestone cowboy. And if he keeps on running like this, he'll be getting cards and letters from people he don't even know, to quote Glenn Campbell.
Well, quick note about Ty. He was just invited to the Blue-Gray All-Star game I think it's in Fort Worth at the Cowboys Stadium. Big game, broadcast on ESPN, big All-Star game. Ty Laney just got the invite to that.
I'll be there for that. That's sacred ground for me. Dallas Cowboys. 1st and 10 from the Tigers 25. Oh, goodness gracious, go again. Ty got a good hit as he was approaching the 20-yard line. They're just right on the edge of the red zone door. 5:11 left to go, Jake, and might have got his bell rung there, but...
Man, he's tough. He's a tough runner. He's a tough kid.
My old phrase that I like to use is tougher than dirt.
Playing running back and playing linebacker, that's probably the 2 spots you're going to get hit the most, or hand out hits.
I'm just wondering if, hold on, I'll hold my thought here. Cole's under center. This one handing off to John. He's moving, and he ain't stopping. First down, over to the end zone. Yes! Touchdown, Murphy Bulldogs. Oh, Children right there, 21-yard sprint. You got to like that. And the fever is back. 4:33 remains.
That's 28. Hunter Stalkup got that one punched into the end zone.
Again, those doggone numbers. So Hunter Stalkup, sorry for the...
They were going for 2.
Oh, did they get it?
They got it. Yeah, hands up, they got it.
And
Bulldogs have an 8-7 lead.
Ty Laney runs it in for the 2-point conversion. Now, boys and girls, we got the leads. 8 Murphy Bulldogs, 7 Commerce Tigers. Stay with us. We'll come back in just a few moments. Will Joyner will send it to the Commerce Tigers when we come back here on Team FYN Sports. Murphy Bulldogs lining up to get this one kicked off from right to left across your TV screen. Back deep is going to be Daniels. Jaden Daniels is the man back around the 10-yard line. Will Joyner for the Murphy Bulldogs to kick this one away. 21-yard sprint for Hunter Stalkup. Gets into the end zone. Ty Laney carries it for 2. And I told you that was going to be one of the big decisions here. Bring out Will for the point after, but here he is, puts his foot into it. Little line drive that goes down over and is going to be picked up by Bowles. He'll return at 30. Oh, blocking the back over there as they were holding on to one of our men. That run is going to come back. Flag is down at the 26-yard line, and what was happening, Jonah Hedden was being held in the back on that return, or on that run. And so, yeah.
Put it in reverse.
Mistake. That's one thing now. Murphy Bulldogs here with 4:20 left to go in the third quarter.
Still though, you get bailed out right there. That's happened twice on kickoffs. You got to fill your lanes. You don't have. It's not pursuit drill. You're not going right to the football. Fill your assignment. Go down the field where you're supposed to go. That way, I mean, that kid is shifty returning the ball for the Tigers. You never know. I mean, he could be running up the right side and in a split second be on the left side. So you've got to just do your job, fill your lanes, and make sure that doesn't happen next time. But nonetheless, bailed out by a call right there. A very good call by the refs, and they've thrown a lot of laundry tonight, but it's been well officiated. Well,
the Tigers were holding on and doing a nice square dance. You know, with Jonah Hedden.
Well, even with the calls on the Bulldogs, it's been a well officiated game from both sides.
Call this 1st and 10 from the 16. Ball first down markers at the 26. High formation with Wiggins and Daniels in the backfield. Allen under center. No wide receivers. Everybody's tied in. Handoff over to Daniels. John Ledford brings him down, stops him, and Dominic Rumler and a couple others come in to help out, but big Ricky Queen is there to just come onto the side and stick
that
him.
Paw out, yeah.
God, yeah. We're afraid he wasn't going to have cleats for tonight's game. Wears a size 15, but got to have that wide foot.
15 wide, 15
and
W.
No one in North America had that cleat. Luckily, we found some. Snap or under center is going to be Allen, John Paul Allen for the Tigers. Daniels getting it. He's going to run through, and Ricky Queen on the legs, and I see one other. Actually, give credit here is we're going to have a Murphy Bulldog that's going to come up a little slow as Jeremiah Dickey.
That did move the chains, though, so new set of downs for the Tigers.
That's all right. To the 26 in Tiger territory, Tiger Town. $3:16 left to go in this third quarter. 8 Murphy Bulldogs, 7 for the Commerce Tigers. Tigers 1st and 10 from their own 26. Looking to come in, and it's Wiggins who's going to blast his way through. He'll pick up a few yards. He'll get about 4 off this play and get to the 30. So pretty good stop again from the interior. And I want to say big man who is in there, Mason Thrasher, putting the thrashing on him, but still, that big guy running with speed can kill. But still, good job. Power play. 2:40 left to go in this third quarter.
There's no the Commerce running backs. There's no hesitation of where they're going to run the football. They know the hole that they're going to hit, and they come out of there fast. You know, it's a different style of running from Murphy. Ty Laney back there kind of sees the field. Field awareness is great.
Let's watch this. I think you're going to see this evident what you're saying. John Paul's under center. They get back, and once again, here's Daniels. Gets the first down, and it's going to be out of bounds, and I think, going to be some late hits as, man, it's snowing. Little yellow napkins.
That was going to be late hit on Ty Laney. Just pursuing the ball, no ill intent there.
Yeah, high school level you tend to see
face mask. Face
tend
mask,
to see
not
runners.
what hit.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't think necessarily that they came out and hit him. They just fell out of bounds. But what you kind of assume, get close to the sideline. But
yeah,
high school football a little bit. Runners get up. The hole's not entirely open the way you want it. They'll hesitate, stand there, and kind of jog their feet a little bit, and then get hit, laid out. These guys, no hesitation. You're right. So after the penalty, 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Murphy 45. Going wide out is Usher to the left in the upper part of your screen. I formation. Wiggins and Daniels in the backfield and getting through. Just right there, almost had him in the backfield, was number 52 for the Murphy Bulldogs, Leatherwood. Cadence almost had him. Good beat on him, but still.
Just committed a little too early.
But if you watch, Murphy's just right there like a hair trigger.
They're jumping the snap count for sure, which I'm pretty sure the Commerce coach, Mark Hollers, is waiting to play that card, that hard count card, and catch Murphy offsides here.
A couple of people in the defensive secondary. Trenton Russell is on one left corner. Wyatt Simmons on the other. Hunter Stalkup at safety, and now drumming through. Stalkup's going to get him, hold down on a jersey, but then the rest of the Murphy Bulldogs will come and take him down. But he gets to the 31-yard line. That's good enough for a first down for the Tigers with 1:22 remaining in the third. 8-7, Murphy leads by 1.
And this game's flying by.
Oh, yeah, because I thought that probably would be edging up toward 10 o'clock and still going, but a lot of running, clocks in motion. Usher goes wide to the left side.
Dog defense has to stand tall right here. Got to get off the field.
New man in the backfield is Colson Smith. Drops back. Daniels gets a handoff. Wide open gap over the left. Last man to bring him down around the 10-yard line, inside the 10. So it's going to be Wyatt Simmons who brings him down. Last line of defense. That was a big run.
Yeah, it was, and this has been a long drive for the Commerce Tigers.
They're capable of the field goal. Bulldogs got to have some defense here. 1st and goal to go from the 9. Usher to the left. Smith and Daniels in the backfield. Allen under center. Daniels gets the call. Hands through the line. He'll break close to the 5-yard line. He'll get right to the 5, if not the 4. So a pickup of 5 yards off that play. 10 seconds left to go until the end of the third. Looks like they may wait, and they are going to wait. There's 34 seconds on the play clock, 2 seconds on the actual clock. End of the third. End of the third. Murphy 8, Commerce 7, but the Tigers are threatening the Bulldogs from the 5. Back in just a few moments.
B&M Metals has been serving the Southeast for almost 50 years. From metal roofs and panels to gutters and metal accessories, B&M Metals is your one-stop shop for all things metal. They pride themselves on providing great service and quality at a competitive price. Give B&M Metals a call at 706-864-6068 or visit them at 6195 Highway 52 East in Murrayville or at bmmetalroofing.com. B&M Metals, protecting everything that matters to you most.
Taking a road trip is about having fun. Installing only the finest CarQuest parts from Murphy Auto Parts keeps you in the fun zone. Come by and visit our new location at 420 Peachtree Street in Murphy, where we're more than just a parts store. Trust your road trip to CarQuest Auto Parts from Murphy Auto Parts.
At Circuit World, we offer a wide selection of major appliances, name brands like Whirlpool, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Looking for furniture? Come by and browse our showroom or check out the Endless Aisle, a touchscreen kiosk with thousands of options. Need electronics, gaming computers, laptops, desktops, tablets? We have it all. OLED or QLED, 4K or high def. We have the selection to get you the TV of your dreams. And don't forget, at Circuit World, your credit is always good. So ask about our convenient payment options and 120 days, same as cash. Come see us today at one of our 5 area locations.
Couple quick score updates for you. 26, Robbinsville Black Knights, Brevard Blue Devils 7 with about 50 seconds left to go in the third. Murphy leading 8-7 here in Commerce, but the Commerce Tigers threatening from the 4-yard line. Ball's just a football length past the 5, so we'll call it the 4. Allen's under center, I formation. Drop back, Daniels hands it and gets into the end zone, 4 yards out.
Nearly untouched, just blew through the line.
11:52 remains here in the fourth quarter. Jaden Daniels, 4-yard run. They're going to line up, looks like, for a point after. 13-8, technically the score now. And Colbert with the point after. Long snap count, kick high enough, long enough, it's good. 14 for the Commerce Tigers, 8 for the Murphy Bulldogs after a 4-yard run in on a long drive that melted down a lot of clock. We'll come back with the Murphy side of this with 11:52 left to go in this football game. We're in the fourth quarter with the Murphy Bulldogs taking on the Commerce Tigers here in Commerce, Georgia on Team FYN Sports.
Are you looking for expertly decorated gifts you'll love with your custom design or logo? Graphic Expressions in Blue Ridge is your go-to place for custom apparel, accessories, gifts, and much more. Graphic Expressions is located at 3640 East 1st Street in Blue Ridge, or give them a call at 706-946-4605. Graphic Expressions, unrivaled customer service, pure brand awesomeness.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer.
Murphy Bulldogs waiting for Ivy Tolbert to kick this one away from the 40, right to left across your screen. Back deep is Ty and Hunter. Hunter has it, returns it from touchback 20. He's on the move down to the 40, still moving, puts his hand down, still gets over, bear crawls to the 45. A 25-yard return pickup for Hunter Stalker.
Set you up perfectly, put you in good field position.
I like that momentum, though. He leaves right behind. 11:41 left to go in this football game, fans. Glad to have you checking us out on our coverage, Team FYN Sports production of Murphy football with the Commerce Tigers on FYNTV.com. Brandon Stevens and Team FYN Sports Director Jake West. Cole under center. Ty and John in the back, Hunter in motion. Hunter gets the ball, turns it up 50, gets the moving down to the 40, is trying to break the tackle, throws him down over at the 27-yard line, and Hunter Stalkup, he's the man.
He was our player of the week last week because of what he was able to do on the receiving end, but he is doing it all tonight.
Good gracious.
He's got the juice.
Yeah, watch, if we keep doing that, we're going to see Will Joyner pretty soon. Ball at the 27 in Tiger Town. Come back up over the line, and shotgun is going to be, no, under center is going to be Cole Laney. Motion again. Hand this one off up the gut with Big John, and he'll get to the 21. Pickup of about 5 yards, Jake, on this one. Good power run for John. That's what I'd like to see. Been waiting for him to have a breakout night.
Yeah, you got that three-headed monster coming out of the backfield. John Ledford, Hunter Stalkup, and Ty Laney. And the line is doing exactly what we thought they would do heading into this season. We knew they were a very experienced line, very big, and they're proving it tonight.
I'm still waiting also. We're doing well on the run. I'm not saying we need to go away from our scheme. But I'm still also waiting to see one to the Golden Gloves. Cole under center. Drops back. This one's Ty going through. Get over to the 15, 16-yard line, and that's going to be first down. Yeah.
What a pancake by 67. Is that Jonathan Hamby? No, 67. That's Jeremiah Dickey.
Yeah.
What a pancake.
All right, down to 10 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in this football game. Getting ready to come back.
67, sorry, that's Kyle Willard. I'll get it right.
All right.
You're supposed to
You're watching the line. I'm having to watch the others, so coming back in.
Straight up the gut.
Oh, this is Hunter Stalkup. He almost got into touchdown town, boys and girls, because he got over to now the 4-yard line. This is almost like death and taxes. We're going to answer back here. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, take care of the football.
One thing here, it's been pristine now. Talking with Joey Curry before he went back up to the box, and he's like, dude, just got to take care of the ball in his own little Joey way, and that's all I can say. That's all I can say. And they're doing it. Will Johnson, Hunter Stalkup.
Let's not have an announcer jinx here.
Right side. No jinx. There's good stuff on the field. Cole hands it off to Ty. He's going to get through. Spins. Does he get there? No.
Oh, he's on the inch.
He's basically
right on the goal line. The nose of the football is almost in the end zone.
Second and goal from the inch line, as Jake says. Yeah, and I think here, feed that thing up the gut.
Yeah.
And push Ty across through there. Nothing fancy. Don't hit the corners. Just
Cole may keep this one.
Nah, well, yeah, you might be right. Here he is. Going to keep it. He'll rush through. Did he make it? Will Johnson says, yeah, made it in. And the official's going to come through and peel back the onion.
Make a call.
Yeah.
Nope, that's
one of the players. Yes!
Murphy player.
And I think
we're
going to be a third and goal situation. And coming back to signal this one out, Jeremiah Dickey says, nah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Wait. All right, Murphy Bulldog fans. Once again, go where you go and do what you do. Shake the cowbell. Sort of like Christopher Walken. Only thing that can get us through is the medicine is more cowbell. Cheer us on. Do
Big
good
play.
thoughts.
Big play.
All right, everybody's to the line. Hunter Stalkup, Will Johnson on the left side. They'll try to push this one through. Instead, they hand this to Johnson.
Oh, yeah, untouched.
Children back into touchdown town on 1-yard run in.
It's 28. Hunter Stalkup finds the end zone again.
Again. Hunter Stalkup. All right, 1-yard run. 7:48 left to go here in the fourth quarter play.
Let's see what happens here for this PAT.
Will Joyner's going to line this one up. No 2-point conversions or anything like that. Tommy Crapes to hold for the Murphy Bulldogs. Will tells us been battling a little tendonitis, but he's doing all right. And whistles go a-blowing. He hits it, but let's see here.
Offsides on the defense.
Yeah. And that what? Moves Will Joyner up like
half a yard.
Yeah, just half a yard, like a foot. Okay, realign it. 14-14, 7:48 left to go in this football game.
So what's it do? It take you from the 2 to the 1?
to the yard and a half mark, because you're lining up on the 3, so half the distance. Offside.
Got him again.
You know, at this point, you almost think you get down now to the.
Just punch it in.
Hunter's on the sideline, and Ty's out there.
They declined it, so it's not going to move.
Yeah. Third time's a charm. I think if I'm Will Joyner, I just go up, grab the ball, and run it myself. Snap, set, kick, high enough, long enough.
Good.
Fielder, and he parks it. 7:48 left to go. Bulldogs back on top by a point. 15 for the Murphy Bulldogs. 14 for the Commerce Tigers. Brandon Stevens and Jake West will bring you back here for another Commerce Tiger possession in just a few moments. Good motion and movement, and it was pristine, Jake, because Murphy Bulldogs got on the Hunter Stalkup bandwagon, got him down to the 1 yard line. Hunter punches it in, and
Hunter started it and he capped it off.
And it was good. I'm glad that.
Yeah, let's not downplay the importance of this kickoff right here because Commerce has been returning it.
Daniels is back at the 10 yard line for Commerce. Will Joyner. Set, whistle, we're ready to go. And boom, here it goes, a little high, and it's going to be fair catch for the Commerce Tigers at the 33 yard line. A ball
pretty smart.
Brought back in by number 23, Matthew Simpson.
Good coaching, smart play call.
So now, as you hear all through the stadium as we were in break, all the fans yelling, play defense, got to play some defense. And it's not like we haven't in the second half.
Yeah.
And this has been a good game for the second half. First half actually wasn't bad. It's just littered with more penalties and turnovers on both sides.
Big stop here for the Bulldogs.
John Paul Allen under center. Daniels gets it, holds off, bounces, goes once, pushed out of bounds on the left side, trying to catch Jonah Hedden. No, I'm sorry, that's Hunter Stalkup. I'm just not giving that guy credit all night. It's either I'm calling John Ledford, I'm calling Jonah Hedden. Man down for the Tigers. So everybody takes a knee for just a few seconds. Just a few moments to analyze. Jake looks like maybe a little cramp, and trainers come out to check him out. But I think conversation at halftime, Joey Curry, I think we're right. You know, if you take care of the ball, do things well, help get your defense a little bit of rest. But once again, most of the guys who play on defense swap off and play offense as well. So defense, but still defense gets a little more tired.
Yeah.
Trying to bring down these are big, fast runners.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, this is going to be good energy, and you need to carry it now for the next 2 weeks before you get to South Pitt. Ball game ain't over. 7:41 left to go in this game. 1 point lead for the Murphy Bulldogs over the Commerce Tigers. Once again, man down was Colson Smith. Colson has been running from the backfield a little bit, taking out Tyshawn Wiggins.
Just some cramps. It looks like he jogged off the field under his own power.
Yep. One thing here, I don't know, back in my day, they'd give you salt pellets and water you down in heat like this. That and cornstarch powder.
Squirt a little bit of mustard in your mouth and some
Wait a minute.
pickle juice.
Yeah, that works too.
Seen Coach Gentry carry around a few packets of mustard back in the day.
Well, and Bob Grimes had pickles. Daniels.
Get him.
Oh, thought he was going to get wrapped up around the 40. Got first down yardage, Daniels did, before he was Killian and a couple of others. And I think maybe credit Mason Thrasher and a couple others, but that was team effort. Cameron Grooms and a few others in the backfield. Cameron Grooms, Ty Laney, Wyatt Simmons, Squid in the back, and deep defensive secondary. Killian, Will Johnson, Ricky Queen, and Mason Thrasher across the four-man front on the line. That 4-point stance, they come back, and Daniels trying to find the hole. Ty Laney tripped him up. Didn't exactly get a hold of him, but shoelace is good enough in this case.
Great play.
Yeah. Picks up about 2 yards on this one, and will bring up 2nd and 8 from the Commerce 47.
That was going for at least 15 if Ty didn't make that shoestring trip him up tackle.
They mark it at the 48, actually. Clock's in motion, 6:40 left to go.
Yeah, I think with the clock the way it is, Bulldogs just need one stop.
Good turnover here, wouldn't hurt. Grooms comes out to match up with Usher. Handoff
Straight
just
up the gut. Stuffed!
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Mason Thrasher. Take it all. Good gracious. The way we're positioned, Jake, and where we're having to stand and do this game, I wish you could go back and recall and do the replay on that one, but we're a bit limited here with bandwidth and everything else.
That's an awful spot.
But, yeah. Timeout is on the field. We'll take a break as well with 5:46 left to go in this football game. Guess what, boys and girls? Murphy Bulldogs have a 1-point lead, 15 to the Commerce Tigers, 14. Back in a moment. Not one of the best placements of the ball, in my opinion, Jake.
No, definitely
Mason
not.
Thrasher knocked the tar out of him, and they place it up here. 3rd and 7 from the 48, comes back. Daniel's going to roll and pass, gets a hot pass.
Dropped.
Comes back up, and no, they're going to blow that one
4th
dead.
and 7. 4th and 7. One more stop.
4th down here.
Man, looked like we had our corner barreling down on him, but if he was able to catch that and make one man miss, that was to the house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he heard footsteps. The footsteps of number 23, Cameron Grooms, I believe.
Spread out, they're going to try to, I was going to say, they're spreading it all out. No, they're going to punt.
Well, probably not.
Coming back in and watch this one. No, they're going to have to punt this one. And nobody.
Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds.
Yep. Rolling
Get
out.
out of bounds.
It does get out of bounds.
Yep.
And it's going to get out around the 12-yard line, 15-yard line optimistically. Not too bad. Control the clock.
But if you're
And
Commerce, that's exactly, and you get 4th and 7, and that punt, that's exactly what you wanted. I mean, you flip the field position. You hope you can come up with a big 3 and out right here, but Bulldogs defense, what a stand. What a stand.
Mason Thrasher was the one that I think put money back in our pocket there.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Even after the terrible spot.
Yeah, we got We got ripped on that one.
Yeah.
All right. 5:35 remains in the football game. Bulldogs with it.
Oh, take care of the football. Take care of the football. Ball security is job security.
Down around the 13 is where we are placed. Handoff up the middle, and this is Ty.
Still going.
Got the first down, it almost looks like. Or he's doggone close to it.
Taking about 2. Taking 1. Almost better if you think about it analytically because the clock doesn't stop, but you know you're within first down. You know you're within a yard of moving the chains, so you get to click off some more clock.
But if you mess up and you turn it over or you have to punt or anything like that, down the way, you can backfire a little bit later, especially if they score. So this is a very strategic point of clock operating.
Like chess right here.
Yeah, it is. Cole's under center, drops back, and then into the backfield. We let somebody slide through.
Number 51.
See who this cat is.
No, 57, sorry.
Literally, Jeremiah Mintz. He's been a big playmaker. Called him a couple of times. Loss of a couple.
Got to pick up the first.
4:20 remains in this game. Bulldogs with a nice lead. 15-14 over the Commerce Tigers. 32-7, the Robbinsville Black Knights lead with 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter over the Brevard Blue Devils.
Biggest play of the game right here.
Cole under center, motion with Hunter. Hunter gets the ball, turns it around, is going to be shucked and brought down into the back. And oh my goodness. Well, back with Jeremiah Mintz for the Commerce Tigers. And the Bulldogs
draw back and punt.
Because it's right now roughly 4th and 4. Ball is going to be around the 17 or the 18. First down marker at the 22.
Got to have a clean punt.
Man back deep in Tiger territory. I believe it's going to be Usher. Hunter gets the punt. High trajectory. Oh, it's going to give a Murphy bounce, or it's actually a Tiger bounce. This is
short field position.
2:58 left to go. Now, here's where they go into some clock management.
Yeah.
Run it down to the end zone, run out the clock, score, and then you've got like seconds to get back.
Man, that's not what you wanted there on offense from the Bulldogs. You hope to at least bleed a little more clock than that and flip the field a little bit better.
All right, mark it here because call up the defense. You've got to put some more lead in the pencil here for the defense to stop them.
This is grit, gumption. Who's got the cojones to come up and win this football game right here?
Wesley Usher wide to the right, handoff Daniels up the middle. He'll pick up just a couple of yards. He'll get just shy of the 35 to the 36. Ball's at the 40, pickup of about 3 or 4. Call it second and a long 6. Got to get the big boys. Ricky and Mason in the front. Killian, Will Johnson, they're the 4 men on the front. Leatherwood.
Dig deep. Dig deep. Who wants it?
John Ledford, Ty Laney. The 3 men that make up the 7 in the box. Coming back handoff for Wiggins. Hit him and going to stop him, bring him back to the
big stop.
He'll get forward momentum to the 34. Bring up a 3rd down.
You know, you need to hold strong right here on this 3rd down because Commerce is edging in the field goal range. And only down 1. That's all it's going to take here with less than 2 to go here in the game.
17-15 game, but now we're under 2 minutes left to go in this game. Defense is key right here. Once again, been saying it all night. Bulldog fans, go where you go, do what you do. Need a little Bulldog magic here. Murphy magic to power our defense. Hand off.
Ball's on the ground!
Yes! Bulldogs get it! It looks like they fell on top of it. Yes!
Bulldog football!
pass, boys and girls. I told you we needed a good turnover, and we have a man down. Looks like maybe a cramp. Big Ricky.
Remind everybody watching at home, we are in the stands, so when everybody goes crazy in the stands, the camera starts bouncing. So
Oh, yeah. So
what a play. Who came up with the football?
I wasn't even paying. I just knew that we got it. But, yeah, okay. So now, thanks to our 12th man back at home, going where you go and doing what you do, yeah, we felt that. So.
I felt a lot. I heard all the way from Commerce. I heard a lot of. I'll be at church on Sunday morning if you just let this go our way. So I expect the pews to be
I
filled.
can see J.R. Carroll dropping the cane and actually walking after surgery, and all kinds of other people flying around. The David Hall Clippers are moving. By the way, David, I need a haircut.
Take care of the football.
Here it is. Coles under center. Drops back, hands off. This one going just right up the gut. Nice power play that for the Murphy Bulldogs. Get us John Ledford that picks this one up. I got the number right this time.
You're 1 for 12.
Timeout for the Commerce Tigers. Let's take a break, catch our breath, and minute 32 left to go in this game. 15 Murphy, 14 Commerce. Back in just a moment.
B&M Metals has been serving the Southeast for almost 50 years. From metal roofs and panels to gutters and metal accessories, B&M Metals is your one-stop shop for all things metal. They pride themselves on providing great service and quality at a competitive price. Give B&M Metals a call at 706-864-6068 or visit them at 6195 Highway 52 East in Murrayville or at bmmetalroofing.com. B&M Metals, protecting everything that matters to you most.
Taking a road trip is about having fun. Installing only the finest CarQuest parts from Murphy Auto Parts keeps you in the fun zone. Come by and visit our new location at 420 Peachtree Street in Murphy, where we're more than just a parts store. Trust your road trip to CarQuest Auto Parts from Murphy Auto Parts.
Wow, big play just a few moments ago. Murphy Bulldogs come back around and knock the ball loose, pick it back up. J.R. Carroll says he threw the cane.
Did it turn into a snake?
It did turn into a snake, and water turned into wine and all that good stuff because now the Bulldogs are moving. This is a great game. Cole's under center. Boys and girls, watch his handoff. Trying to get back and get the momentum, but still trying to move this around. Ty Laney. Stop the clock here.
So we're going to have a third and long 6.
Timeout again for the Commerce Tigers. Let's just keep it here for just a few seconds. Hey, just to update you, a close game. We got an update from one of our spies over in over in Cherokee. Close game at the half. It was Cherokee Braves 0, Franklin 6.
And that was the Braves had 2 fumbles and an interception, so they turned the ball over 3 times in the first half and still are just down 6 points.
And then looking at Swain County leading Mustangs after 3 quarters, 14-7. So they're protecting the house.
Jeff Taylor, the eye doctor, Dr. Taylor, just sent me a message and said, tell Brandon I can fit him for some glasses so he can see those numbers a little better.
Well, you know, I have contacts, and this last year, but all right. Years ago, in another broadcast, we used to have an eye doctor that would sponsor part of the broadcast. When we felt like the officials were making a bad call, it would be sponsored by the eye doctor.
Another quick score update. Hayesville leads Georgia Force 21-14 with 10 minutes left to go in the football game. So that one's close. Homeschool boys are bringing it to the Yellow Jackets.
All right, Bulldogs back to the line.
3rd and 8.
Cole and Hunter Stalkup goes in motion. Hands off, going just up the gut. Ty has it and gets over to the 44-yard line. First down markers at the 46. Just keep the clock moving here. part of you says, I don't care if we get to a touchdown town. Just don't let them have it back. Melt the clock.
This brings up a huge fourth down right
30
here.
seconds left on the play clock, 60 seconds left on the actual clock. So there's a differential of about 30 seconds.
So Murphy's going to bleed this out, bleed the play clock down, and then they're
yeah.
going to call a timeout before they get into pump formation here.
Well, herein, Coach Watson is. Well, they're sending Cole back out.
I think they're going to call it. They're going to call a timeout. There's 5 seconds left on the play clock.
Get off the ball line. Let's go.
Timeout now with 1 second on the play clock. They stop the clock with 34 seconds. Hold it here.
Yeah, we'll stay here and ramble on a little bit more.
Yeah, this has been an exciting game. From the beginning in the first half, ugly first half for both sides. Penalties. We're not handling the ball well. Fumble, tie running down to the end. Actually, Jake, this should be right now like a 22-14 game, Murphy leading. Or maybe it's a 21-15 game from a penalty that brought back a nice 47-yard pass play for Commerce.
Yep.
Or are we offset where we're just maybe like being, 22-21? So a couple touchdowns for both sides that were called back in the first half.
One thing I want to point out, 1 point lead because of a gutsy call by head coach Joseph Watson to go for 2. Murphy does that perfectly. They hurry up to the line to get the extra point, and they give it right to Ty Laney. They did that against Robbinsville a couple times last year.
I feel proud of myself, actually making allusion to that. But no, I didn't expect him to run in a 2-point conversion. But yeah, you're right. But that's also confidence in your boys, too.
The boys are out on the field. They're going for this fourth down. Trying to put the nail in the coffin right here.
Get with it. 34 seconds. Cole's under center. We've got Groom.
He jumped! Perfect! Perfect hard count!
Wow.
Game over.
Because now, 40 seconds on the play clock, 34 seconds on the actual clock. We don't have to run another play. Set it down.
Coach Watson just fist pumped it looked like Tiger Woods out there. He fist pumped so hard.
Coming down and all the prognostication into this game, all the talking heads and all the analysts and everything else says, hey, this is supposed to be like a 14-point win for Commerce.
Yeah.
And I told you coming down, because you asked me the question, do you think we'll win? I was like, yeah, but it ain't going to be no big
we
score.
kind of had the same in the truck on the way over here. We kind of had the same conversation of, we had this feeling in the pit of our guts that maybe even if we're not supposed to win this game, we're going to be happy sitting beside each other riding back in the tundra.
Right. 21 seconds, click down, and we don't have to run another play. It's 15-14 is going to be our final score. Bulldogs are going to come off to the side. Michael Kernia, Eric Laney, Seth Curtis go out there, and Eric Brinke and the whole coaching staff go out there to shake hands with the boys, and of course, that was a good feeling to have this win.
That was a grinded out, gutted out win right there. That came down to who wanted to win that football game more. And another great play call from Coach Joseph Watson right there at the end. Send the boys out on the field, do the hard count. Commerce had to have seen it coming. You really think they're going to go for it and put you almost in field goal range. But no, Cole Laney, maybe the biggest play of the night, Cole Laney draws them off sides with the hard count.
We've been biblical all night, so I'd imagine now that JR has thrown the cane, it's turned into a snake, and he's speaking in tongues at this point. Yeah. And good words coming in. The boys in Cullowhee, Peyton McCracken, and some of these others. So anyhow, the word goes around, and so thank you so much for checking this football game out, believing in the Bulldogs, and got a week off next week.
We will have we'll have coaches interviews, but they won't be on this stream. We're gonna let Coach Watson and the team celebrate a little bit before we get them right in front of a camera, and you and I'd like to go down there and relish in it a little bit too.
So check us out. We'll come back on in another portal. Is that going to be on Facebook?
Facebook, yeah, we'll have Facebook interviews with the players and coaches.
So definitely, we'll have to talk to Cole. We'll have to talk to Hunter. Hunter Stalkup.
Hunter or
Ty,
I'll make sure we pick the right
Mason
the right
Thrasher
guy.
and a couple others that really deserve a little bit of attention, a lot of attention here. So give us a moment. We'll say good night. 15 Murphy Bulldogs, 14 for the Commerce Tigers. We'll come back, talk with Coach Watson and several of the Murphy Bulldogs in just a few moments. For Jake West, I'm Brandon Stevens saying thanks for tuning in, and, well, tonight, go Bulldogs.